Good evening and welcome to a truly unexpected turn of events. This is Richard, bringing you the latest on a remarkable evening that took place at the legendary 50th anniversary celebration of a show synonymous with comedy history. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have made a surprise appearance, generating extensive buzz across social media and the entertainment world. Rachel, viewers everywhere want to know all about this sensational occurrence. Can you walk us through the key highlights of this unprecedented public showing?
Certainly, Richard. The 50th anniversary celebration represents a massive milestone for one of television's most iconic comedy institutions. There were widespread rumors that countless celebrities, both longtime veterans and newer industry sensations, would attend. However, the appearance of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively truly took everyone by surprise. As we know, Ryan Reynolds is a beloved film star recognized for his comedic wit and charismatic screen presence, while Blake Lively has dazzled audiences with her roles in high-profile films and television series. Despite speculation suggesting that they might be scaling back public engagements for personal or professional reasons, they arrived hand-in-hand on the red carpet to the delight of fans and photographers. Before we dive into the evening's onstage highlights, let's remember the weight of this particular event. A 50th anniversary special for a leading comedy show is no small affair. Over the past 5 decades, that program has shaped the careers of many comedic legends, launched timeless sketches, and become a cultural touchstone. A wide range of attendees were present: prominent actors, celebrated filmmakers, veteran cast members, and even musical luminaries, all gathering to pay tribute to the show's lasting influence. With so many powerful figures in one space, it's no surprise that the arrival of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively immediately caused a stir. Many spectators were anxious to see how they would conduct themselves given rumors of stress or disputes in their personal and professional circles. To everyone's astonishment, they appeared entirely at ease, greeting familiar faces and posing for photographs with broad smiles. The moment they stepped onto the red carpet, social media lit up. People clamored for more details, posting everything from screenshots of the couple arriving to spontaneous reactions about how radiant they looked. It was a strategic moment for them to show unity and confidence, if that was indeed their aim. As soon as footage leaked of Ryan's comedic cameo on the show, fans quickly shared it across various platforms, amplifying the excitement. While the couple didn't address any rumors head-on, the breezy manner of their visit suggested they wanted to focus on celebrating this television milestone rather than highlighting any personal difficulties. This approach appears to have resonated with many admirers, although some observers remain skeptical of their motivations. Regardless, the evening is now indelibly marked by their presence. We're witnessing a prime example of how high-profile entertainers can utilize major media moments to guide or influence public perception. It's a masterclass in balancing personal challenges with the demands of a very public life. The real question that lingers: what exactly do they hope to convey by showing up, and how might it shape ongoing narratives around them?
Thanks, Rachel. You mentioned the comedic cameo by Ryan Reynolds. That was, by most accounts, one of the lighthearted highlights of the evening. Observers are saying he casually addressed the crowd in a humorous Q&A session. Can you describe what took place during that exchange and why it carries such significance for fans and entertainment insiders alike?
Absolutely, Richard. During the program, a Q&A segment was set up to showcase spontaneous reactions from both cast members and celebrity guests in attendance. This sort of format isn't unusual for major anniversary specials. Producers often plan an interactive moment to keep the energy high and to spotlight as many famous faces as possible. Ryan Reynolds used this opportunity to pose a jovial question about props from classic sketches. It might sound trivial on the surface, but fans and critics were watching closely for any subtle references to current rumors or controversies. Ryan played it safe by sticking to a playful inquiry, deftly sidestepping any mention of off-screen issues. The comedic tone of his question, which revolved around a vintage prop, seemed to fit the event's nostalgic atmosphere perfectly. One reason this cameo stands out is that it represented the couple's first significant public statement, albeit through humor, since whispers of personal and professional conflicts began swirling. Sometimes in the entertainment world, what doesn't get said is as meaningful as what does. By injecting a dash of levity, he appeared to tell audiences, yes, we're here and we can still have fun. Observers across social media were quick to analyze this cameo in the broader context of how celebrities choose to present themselves when speculation is rampant. Moreover, attending this anniversary special put them in a room brimming with influential figures from various corners of the industry. Directors, comedians, A-list actors, and respected executives were gathered in one place. A cameo, however short, allowed Ryan to remind everyone of his comedic aptitude and easy rapport with the show's comedic environment. It also gave Blake a chance to stand by him, flashing her trademark poise on the sidelines. The overarching message might be, we remain a unified front and can laugh in the face of challenges. Ultimately, the significance for fans and insiders comes down to timing. Executing a buoyant, memorable appearance at a moment of heightened public curiosity underscores the couple's capacity for orchestrating narrative shifts. Celebrities frequently use lighthearted jokes to disarm speculation, and Ryan Reynolds is nothing if not adept at comedic timing. Everyone present seemed to relish the cameo. There was laughter in the hall, and the upbeat energy served to reinforce a sense of unified celebration, overshadowing any underlying drama. While it's not a magic wand that can erase complexities, it's undoubtedly a savvy move that will be discussed for weeks.
That's fascinating, Rachel. It appears that humor can often be the perfect antidote to the swirl of rumors that any celebrity couple might face, but I'd love to hear more about how the crowd reacted at the event. There were some major names in attendance: Hollywood legends, musical icons, comedic giants, and others. Did everyone simply embrace this moment, or was there a sense of underlying tension in the air?
Excellent question, Richard. From what we've gathered, the overall atmosphere was jubilant and commemorative. This 50th anniversary has been years in the making, and the show's producers took great pains to invite a diverse range of attendees, people who have been part of the show's legacy, as well as those who have supported it from the sidelines. The presence of so many familiar faces gave the occasion a feeling reminiscent of a massive family reunion, albeit a star-studded one. When Ryan Reynolds popped up to ask his comedic question, he got a warm reception from the audience. There were chuckles in the crowd, though some viewers noted that the laughter felt slightly cautious at first, perhaps because people were waiting to see if he would pivot to a more personal topic. Once it became clear that he was just playing along with the general nostalgia and comedic banter, the mood brightened. As for tension, if it existed, it was subtle. You might imagine that not all celebrities in attendance share the same perspectives on Hollywood news. Some might even be directly or indirectly linked to the couple's professional network. However, in an anniversary special like this, the unspoken rule is to maintain the focus on the program's legacy. People seem to adhere to that unwritten code, choosing to keep the conversation about the show's remarkable run. Keep in mind, many of these industry folks have faced their own controversies or intense media spotlights at some point in their careers. So there's often a sense of camaraderie when big names gather in one space. They know what it's like to juggle public and private life. Ryan and Blake's ability to walk in, smile, and play along with comedic sketches demonstrated a shared understanding. We're all in this together for the night. Let's celebrate and save the complicated stories for another time. In the immediate aftermath, social media lit up with supportive comments from other attendees, praising the couple's decision to attend and maintain a positive tone. Some posted selfies with them in the background, while others simply mentioned that it was good to see them in a public setting once more. If there were pockets of skepticism or concern, they seemed overshadowed by the show's overall spirit of celebration.
Rachel, let's explore what the public at large is saying. We've heard countless fans celebrating their appearance, praising their outfits, or remarking on how confident they seemed. At the same time, there are those who question the motivations behind such a splashy public showing. Can you elaborate on the fan reaction and the variety of opinions streaming through social media?
Of course, Richard, public opinion is rarely unified, and the discourse around Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's appearance is no exception. Let's break it down. First, there's a sizable group of enthusiasts who are just thrilled to see them out and about together. This segment of fans takes a supportive stance, interpreting the couple's attendance as a sign that they're doing well despite any swirling rumors. Some comments praise Blake for her poise and Ryan for his comedic charm, suggesting that they continue to be an it couple in Hollywood. Their outfits have generated buzz, with fans posting detailed fashion breakdowns. Then there's another contingent that frames the appearance as a carefully orchestrated public relations strategy. These observers argue that in the face of difficulties, be they personal disagreements, professional disputes, or broader controversies, stepping into a globally televised anniversary special with comedic lines is a textbook move to shift public perception. Rather than view this cynically, many commentators simply note that it's a standard Hollywood practice. If you want to flip a narrative, you do so in a big arena. There's also a smaller but vocal group expressing frustration, questioning how the couple can appear so serene if they've hinted at undergoing stressful circumstances. Individuals in this group feel that the comedic cameo and glamour might undermine any claims of difficulty or serious challenges. Others see it as normal for celebrities to keep personal struggles off stage, which is an ongoing debate in fan communities. Should stars show vulnerability in public, or is it best to maintain an image of composure? Complicating matters, a few fans mention that no one really knows what's happening behind closed doors. Social media can be a stage for speculation, and no matter what the couple does, it can be interpreted in multiple ways. But the bottom line, everyone is talking about them, whether admiringly or critically. In Hollywood, that sustained level of discussion often translates to an enviable form of staying power. The question is how long the buzz will persist and whether future revelations might shift perceptions yet again.
In other words, any big public appearance can be a double-edged sword. Now, Rachel, we can't ignore that this legendary comedy show has been a springboard for countless performers. Let's discuss the broader historical context. Why is the 50th anniversary such a significant cultural and societal event, and how does adding Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively to the guest list underscore the weight of this particular celebration?
You bring up a great point, Richard. This show, now celebrating its 50th year, is more than just a comedy platform. It's a cultural institution. Since its inception, it has served as an arena for satirical commentary, launched the careers of many comedic actors, and provided memorable sketches that have seeped into the broader pop culture lexicon. When we talk about its milestones, we're essentially talking about the evolution of television comedy in real time. A 50th anniversary special is not just about nostalgia for the past, it's also a reflection of how this show remains relevant in the modern entertainment ecosystem. Bringing in a wave of special guests, ranging from established icons to up-and-coming talent, illustrates its enduring importance. In some ways, it's a reunion that spans several generations of comedic minds. It also offers glimpses of how comedy has adapted to fit new cultural norms, new forms of media distribution, and a vastly different social landscape than what existed decades ago. By including Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively on the guest list, the producers effectively bridge different facets of Hollywood's comedic and dramatic realms. Ryan, known for comedic roles, was once a star of smaller comedic projects before evolving into blockbuster films. Blake, famous for her dramatic and comedic versatility, has commanded a separate fan base that may not typically tune into certain comedic programs. Their presence, therefore, invites viewers from varied backgrounds to engage with an event they might otherwise have overlooked. Moreover, having them appear at a storied anniversary underscores the show's ability to unite big names from disparate corners of the entertainment world. It highlights the show's universal appeal. It's not just for stand-up comics or comedic actors, but for all who appreciate a blend of humor and cultural commentary. Observers see that if such major figures deem the 50th anniversary essential enough to attend, then it reaffirms the institution's lasting stature. It's also a reminder that even amid personal or professional turbulence, recognition of this show's legacy can unify nearly anyone in Hollywood. In short, their inclusion signals the show's ongoing influence and cements its place in the pantheon of must-watch pop culture events.
Very well put, Rachel. We're seeing a perfect merging of star power and historical reverence. Now let's pivot to potential consequences. The couple showed up, engaged in lighthearted banter, and captured headlines worldwide. How might this shape their immediate future in Hollywood circles? Are we expecting more interviews, talk show appearances, or perhaps clarifications regarding any rumored disputes?
Those are pressing questions, Richard. Whenever a couple of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's stature appears at a high-profile event, we can anticipate downstream effects. First and foremost, agencies and studios often pay close attention to how audiences respond to such appearances. If public sentiment skews positive, it can open doors for more media engagements, potential endorsements, or collaborative projects. In this case, the reaction appears to be a mixture of enthusiasm and curiosity. Some fans wish to see them in upcoming interviews where they might discuss life updates or give a glimpse into their current and future projects. Others in the media, especially entertainment-focused outlets, may try to secure exclusive interviews, hoping to touch on everything from their experience at the anniversary celebration to any hush-hush backstage tidbits. Given Ryan's comedic talent, it wouldn't be surprising if producers of late-night talk shows or comedic specials reach out for guest appearances. Networks frequently capitalize on an actor's momentum in popular discourse. Meanwhile, Blake's history with dramatic and comedic roles could prompt renewed interest in her upcoming projects. Regarding rumored disputes or personal challenges, celebrities sometimes address these matters once public interest crescendos. However, they also have the option to let the story fade by simply carrying on with their professional lives. If the couple's primary aim was to display a united front and quell speculation, this 50th anniversary cameo might suffice. On the other hand, if more revelations come to light or if legal developments occur, it could lead to a second wave of press coverage, perhaps overshadowing this comedic cameo. We should also remember that the Hollywood landscape is dynamic. Public interest can shift quickly. If major breaking stories emerge elsewhere, be it a different celebrity's big announcement or an industry shakeup, the intense focus on Ryan and Blake's appearance may wane. That said, with the surging nature of digital media, even a brief cameo can have a lasting ripple effect. If either of them embarks on a promotional tour soon, you can bet that questions about this event will resurface. The next few weeks or even months might see a wave of speculation and commentary about where they go from here.
This raises another angle, Rachel, the economic dimension. Appearances like this can indirectly impact box office receipts, streaming numbers, and brand partnerships. Could this cameo potentially boost their commercial value in upcoming ventures? Or is the effect more subtle?
It can definitely move the needle, Richard. While a single cameo isn't guaranteed to skyrocket ticket sales for a future film or secure a lucrative brand deal overnight, each high visibility moment strengthens what industry insiders refer to as brand equity. Ryan Reynolds, for instance, has built a reputation for seamlessly blending comedic instincts with business savvy. He's been involved in successful ventures outside of acting, which further amplifies his marketability. Blake Lively, admired for her style and on-screen range, holds substantial sway in both film and fashion sectors. When they appear together, especially at a major televised event, it underscores their combined star power. Viewers might see them on stage, recall an older film or project, and revisit it, thereby potentially boosting streaming numbers or DVD sales. Similarly, brand executives often look for celebrities who can capture positive attention. If the consensus is that Ryan and Blake's cameo was a fun, relatable moment, marketing teams might see them as even more valuable ambassadors. However, to your point about subtlety, such boosts don't always manifest in immediate or obvious ways. A brand might file away a note that the couple is generating buzz, then approach them 6 months down the line for a campaign. A studio executive might realize that comedic synergy works well for them, leading to negotiations about a comedic film for Ryan or an engaging, charismatic role for Blake. All these factors interplay over time, weaving into a celebrity's overall commercial footprint. Moreover, a cameo at a 50th anniversary special is almost an endorsement of that cultural institution, aligning them with its revered legacy. That alignment can have intangible benefits too. It can strengthen their reputations as industry figures willing to celebrate comedic and cultural milestones. In an era where public appearance is meticulously scrutinized, even fleeting visits to iconic events can shift how fans and insiders view a celebrity's standing. So yes, in more ways than one, stepping into the spotlight at such a major celebration has the potential to fortify both short-term visibility and long-term commercial prospects.
That's an intricate ecosystem indeed. Shifting gears slightly, I'd love to hear your take on how this event might shape broader conversations in the entertainment world about balancing transparency with privacy. We often see celebrities who address rumors head-on, while others maintain tight-lipped silence. Ryan and Blake seem to strike a balance by showing up but not delving into personal matters. Could this set an example for other stars dealing with their own controversies?
It very well could, Richard. The tension between personal privacy and public transparency is a hallmark of modern celebrity culture. Every star navigates it differently. Some adopt full disclosure, granting revealing interviews that detail every facet of their private lives. Others cloak themselves in near total secrecy, letting speculation swirl without offering any statement whatsoever. Both approaches come with risks and benefits. In this scenario, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively exemplified a measured alternative. Be present, project confidence, infuse the atmosphere with humor, but refrain from diving into specifics about rumored conflicts. This approach does a few things. First, it reaffirms their willingness to engage with the public. They're not hiding away. Second, by not addressing controversies head-on, they avoid potentially fueling new headlines. Instead, they allow the comedic cameo to linger in the collective mind. For other stars grappling with intense speculation, this event may serve as a blueprint. Arriving with a calm demeanor and providing a lighthearted moment can take the sting out of rumor-laden narratives, at least temporarily. It sends a subtle message. We're aware of what's being said, but we choose to focus on our work and the celebratory aspects of this gathering. Of course, this tactic won't silence speculation entirely. People tend to analyze body language, facial expressions, or even the slightest offhand remark. Yet it can shift the discussion from the controversies themselves to the manner in which the celebrities handle scrutiny. For some, that's a preferable storyline to keep afloat. Additionally, we must remember that not every star has the comedic instincts of Ryan Reynolds or the effortless grace that Blake Lively projects. Their personalities enable them to execute this strategy successfully. Another couple or individual might attempt something similar, but fail to deliver the same natural charm. Ultimately, if the entertainment industry sees positive outcomes, less invasive coverage, a more supportive audience reception, then we might witness more celebrities adopting a similar approach to manage speculation.
Rachel, you've made a compelling case for how meticulous image management can be. As we draw closer to concluding this discussion, I'd like to get your thoughts on the bigger picture. What does this entire episode, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively appearing at this 50th anniversary, tell us about the state of celebrity culture today, and what might be next on the horizon for them?
This moment speaks volumes about our current celebrity ecosystem, Richard. We live in an era where information travels instantaneously and speculation can rapidly overshadow any formal statements a star might make. Yet, paradoxically, celebrities also have more tools than ever to shape their narratives. By curating public appearances, employing humor, and leveraging large-scale events, they can redirect the spotlight in a controlled manner. For Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, choosing the 50th anniversary of a renowned comedy show as the venue for their public reemergence is telling. It conveys an understanding that comedic contexts are often forgiving, that nostalgic celebrations unify audiences, and that a cameo among industry heavyweights will naturally spawn headlines that transcend rumor-based chatter. We can infer that they'll likely continue to pick their public spots carefully. If there's more to address, they could do so through scripted media interactions, future comedic sketches, or even philanthropic endeavors that spotlight their contributions outside of show business. Their brand synergy, after all, thrives on a balance of playful banter and well-received professional work. On a broader scale, this underscores the notion that in celebrity culture, storytelling is paramount. Whether a star is discussing a new project or quietly deflecting controversies, the act of showing up and seizing a cultural moment remains a potent tool. This cameo, in particular, was brief yet far-reaching. It's likely to be dissected for the next few weeks by fans, journalists, and peers alike. In terms of what's next, keep an eye out for any upcoming film and television announcements from both Ryan and Blake. The positive reception they've garnered might provide a springboard for fresh opportunities, and if they choose to address unresolved matters, expect them to do so in a manner that maintains the good-natured persona they've cultivated. Ultimately, they've proved they're adept at reading the room. A comedic setting can overshadow anxiety. A short quip can quiet extended speculation. Whatever challenges may exist behind the scenes, their public front remains composed and strategically managed. This approach will continue to shape their trajectory in a media landscape that shows no sign of slowing down.
Rachel, thank you for that in-depth analysis. Before we sign off, I'd like to get your concise view on any potential lingering uncertainties. Are there any aspects of this story that remain unanswered, leaving room for speculation about what truly lies behind the couple's cheerful appearance?
Certainly, Richard. Despite the buoyant public display, several unknowns remain. We don't know the exact nature or depth of any personal or professional complications the couple may be dealing with. They chose not to address specifics, and the comedic veneer at a celebratory event naturally sidesteps in-depth revelations. Some onlookers wonder if there's a strategic, legal, or financial impetus behind appearing at such an event, which could be connected to ongoing or impending negotiations for either star. Others highlight the possibility that they simply wanted to show unity and remind the public that they're still a strong and relatable pair. Additionally, whether we'll see more direct statements or clarifications in coming weeks remains in question. Sometimes, silence can be a short-term solution that eventually yields to an interview or a more structured public explanation. Fans holding out for full transparency might be disappointed, whereas those who just enjoy the star power and comedic charm could feel quite satisfied with what they witnessed. Until we receive more concrete details, curiosity will continue to swirl around the couple's personal dynamics and next career moves. That's the nature of modern entertainment coverage. A single memorable cameo can spawn endless theories, half of which may never be confirmed or refuted. In the end, uncertainty is part of the mystique that keeps fans engaged, wondering what might happen next.
Rachel, this has been incredibly thorough. Our viewers have a lot to process. A landmark television special, a surprise power couple appearance, and the intricate balancing act of speculation and fan admiration. Thank you for painting such a complete picture of what transpired and why it matters. Any final parting thoughts before we wrap up this breaking news segment?
My last note would be this. The entertainment industry thrives on moments of surprise, especially those that combine big-name celebrities with culturally significant occasions. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively chose an event that had ample historical and emotional weight, one that resonates across generations of viewers. By injecting themselves into this narrative, they didn't just capitalize on public interest. They contributed to an evening that was already destined to be unforgettable. For fans, critics, and industry insiders, it sets a benchmark for how public figures can leverage major anniversaries or reunions to make a statement, whether explicit or implied. That said, all of us will be watching for future developments, new projects, interviews, or even red carpet appearances. Each step will either validate or challenge the impressions left by this cameo. Until then, the couple's presence at the 50th anniversary remains a shining example of star power, mingling with comedic nostalgia, building the kind of headline-ready narrative that keeps entertainment buzzing.
And with that, we close this special report. We've had an inside look at how Hollywood's dynamic duo stepped onto a grand stage, their confident smiles lighting up one of the most celebrated shows in television history. Whether you see it as pure spectacle or shrewd strategy, there's no denying that this appearance has left an indelible mark on the entertainment world. Stay tuned for updates, and as always, we'll be here to give you the breaking news coverage you rely on. For now, this is Richard wishing you a great evening. Thanks for joining us.